Welcome to the second Zodiac Academy vlog. I literally just finished book one like a couple hours ago. Ran out, picked up book two, Ruthless Fae, and we're gonna start it right now. I posted a video of the first book, so if you want to go check that out before you watch this one. I think I'm gonna do the whole series because I'm invested and I'm following that reader girl on Instagram. Her name's Jamie. I'm following the way like she suggests, and I mean I'm sure other people suggested too, but she's the one who I saw in the order to read these. So I'm on book 2 of the Zodiac Academy and I'm excited to dive into this. I need to find out what order they're in because like we haven't gotten there yet. We just know that like they can the twins can control all 4 elements. I don't remember if any of the 4 airs was a Leo, but like it's like this Leo on here is intriguing, so I'm excited to learn about whoever that is. Ooh, already Caleb. We have a chapter from him. So far, I like that we're getting a different perspective, and then also Darius is the Leo on the cover. Figured that out. Seth really creeps me out. He made a bracelet out of Darcy's hair, like put it into a braid and wrapped it around his wrist. That's so creepy. And Max is like, that's sick. Ugh. It's so creepy. Oh, Caleb feels bad. I actually wasn't expecting him of all people to feel bad about what happened. Like I really thought he was just toying with Tori, but I think he really likes her. At least one of these guys has like a moral compass in some way. Well, I mean, I guess like Darius said he didn't like what he was doing, but I don't know. Caleb like feels more remorse, I feel like. Okay, not a bad start. Not a bad start. She's got to be a dragon, right? She's got to be a dragon, Tori. Like, I feel like maybe when she gets his gold coins, she'll realize, like, she gets power back from that or something. I think she's a dragon, for sure. Damn, she's going savage in Darius's room. She's melting all the things. What are you talking about? I'm not even inspired. Oh my god, this line. Everyone knows Karma's a bitch, and today her name was Tori Vega. Yes. At a girl. Proud of her. Caleb's actually trying to apologize. Well, I mean, like, not really apologize, but he's trying to, like, tell her it wasn't him. And, like, that he didn't feel, like, good about what happened, which I guess is nice. And it is nice to know that, like, because she's his source, he can't, like, torture or torment her, so he really didn't know. He didn't, like, do anything to stop it. Like, he knew something was going on, he just didn't know what, you know? It's weird. Starting to like Caleb a little bit. That's kind of freaking me out. She pretty much just told him as soon as she learns how to use her powers, Payback's a real bitch, and he just, like, smirked and said, I look forward to it. Sir, please. Okay, so I really didn't read much today. I got completely sidetracked because my phone, which is what I mostly, like, film on, was like, oh, your storage is full. And I've been meaning to, like, transfer all my photos onto my computer and, like, delete everything on my phone that I just have, like, for years, like the last 2 years. I just have so many videos and photos on my phone that, like, I need to get them off. So I've literally been doing that for 4 hours. But I'm going to read a little bit more. I'm on page 75, so chapter 6. And nothing crazy right now. Like, the girls are staying. Caleb is pretty much, like, still at that point, like, telling Tori he's sorry and he feels bad and, like, he had nothing to do with it and, like, he can't have anything to do with it. Oh my god. Professor Orion gave Darcy the potion for hair growth. Oh, stop. But in, like, a secret way. He, like, messaged her on Facebook. Oh my god. And told her, like, go to the library, go here, delete these messages. Because Darius, like, told everybody, I think it was Darius, or so one of them on Facebook was like, if anybody even thinks of helping her regrow her hair, you'll get treated the same way. So no one was like to dare try to help them, but Professor Orion did it. That's so cute. I mean, I don't think I'll get over how savage these teachers are allowed to be. Like, Professor Orion literally just took, what do they call it? An atlas, but, you know, iPad, and literally took the kid's atlas and smacked him, like, across the face with it. Ooh, I think we're close to figuring out what their order is, because they are discussing bloodlines in class. Hydra, Kraken, Phoenix. Oh, one of them's a Phoenix. They're a Phoenix. Orion, Dolphin, and Pusa Ophiutorus. Okay. Is Phoenix, like, a good one? One of them's gonna be a Phoenix. Probably Tori. Wait, I'm assuming Professor Orion is a Libra because Darius has a red imprinted Libra on him, and now Orion has a Leo on him. I wonder why they have that. That's so weird. Okay, well, that's something to keep thinking about, I guess. One of them could be a Hydra like their dad, but I don't know. Okay, so we're getting, like, a chapter from, like, Darius's point of view, and it's kind of cute. He's having, like, a really normal conversation with Professor Orion. It comes to find out, like, they've actually, like, been friends for a really long time. And his dad, like, every time he has to go home, Professor Orion, or, like, his real name's Lance, because that's what they're calling him now, has to go home with him, or else Darius' dad is, like, livid. And apparently it's Professor Orion's job to protect Darius, which is like kind of cute. And then they mention that there's a bond between them. So it says, not that we're stuck to that rule when he wasn't around to check up on us, but the damn bond certainly wanted us to. So I'm assuming that's like the red imprinted signs on each of them. Like that's what the bond is. I don't know like what else. Like so he has to protect him, and then like what else is with that bond, you know what I'm saying? But it is nice to see him acting like a normal with somebody and not just like a psycho with his 4 heirs. But they want to break it. Oh, wait. Oh, perhaps the next time we try to break the bond, it'll work. Oh, they want to break it. Okay, yeah, there's something about this. And I wonder why. It's like not a fun thing. Well, I guess we'll find out. Good morning. Today's day 2. There's Draco. Today's day 2. If you could see him, he's right here. Say hi, Draco. Okay. He just wants attention. I mean, I guess you can count as day 2. I only read like literally maybe an hour yesterday just because my phone, my storage was full, so I couldn't record anything, and I didn't want to read a lot of this without being able to record. I did read a couple chapters before I went to bed, so. No, wait. This is the wrong book. Where is... Hold on. Excuse me. 1 second. Here we go. I was wondering why I couldn't find my bookmark when I opened the book. I was like, where's my bookmark? So we're on page 148, and we are on chapter 9. And it is kind of nice. I like this book where we're getting to see the boys' point of view, and it is making them seem a little more like compassionate and human. You could tell what's going on in their head. Yeah, they're literally bullying these girls because it's a bully romance. You could see why they're doing it. We get a chapter from Caleb, and then we got a chapter from Darius, and like Darius's dad, like I could see why he's doing these things, because if he doesn't, his father will literally do them to him. So that's kind of makes me feel better in a way, knowing that it's like not just them doing it on their own sheer will. Where I think Seth, or is it Max? I think Max and Seth really just get a kick out of it. Where like, I think Caleb like actually is now feeling bad. We got a chapter from him in the beginning with Tori, and we learned that he can't really torture. She's his source for blood, so he can't torture her. It's like vampire law. So that's nice to know. And then so he didn't know what was happening to them in the last book, but he stood by and watched it happen. But he did say he felt like he was like feeling really bad on the inside, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's nice of you, Caleb. And then you also, so I learned last night that Darius and Professor Orion are linked together because of Darius's father, and that link is like super weird. It's almost makes them have these intimate feelings when like I don't think either of them like guys. I think they both like women, and they can't, if they're like more than a mile apart, they like feel this intense pull to be near each other and like miss each other and like want to be with each other. The dad did that, so Professor Orion would have to look out for Darius. I guess it was like the only way so his dad wouldn't check in on him all the time, as if somebody was there watching him, and that's Professor Orion. And then so it was nice to see like that interaction with them, because they grew up together, so they're actually friends. Like even though they're linked, like they were friends before that. So it's nice to see him interact with somebody other than being mean to the girls or with the 4 boys, or I guess the 3 other boys, and like that he actually has some sort of soul, I guess, or you know what I mean? When he was with him, he just seemed like a little more childlike, which I was like, oh, I was like, okay. It's like softens him up a little bit. But I am reluctant to think all these things because I feel like the other shoe's just gonna drop with these sisters writing this story. So yeah. But Darius's dad, douchebag, horrible guy. I feel horrible for Darius's brother. We just found out that he is a Pegasus, and they are like a full bloodline of pure dragons, and his little brother is a pink flying or lilac glittery flying Pegasus. And his dad literally is like, I would kill him if it wasn't for your mother. She won't let me. And it's just like, what? Because it's like a disgrace that he turned out that way. But I do hope we get more of him. I hope he comes out. Like, I feel like that'd be cool to see him have a little brother. But I just don't know if we will. So that's pretty much where we are. When I read so late, I kind of forget what I read. Oh, what I forgot was that, so in the middle of the night, Tori, I'm pretty sure it was Tori. She was hearing the song and she was like, what is this? And she just like felt the need to get out of bed. And she followed the music, whatever. It was Seth's siren song. I guess they do that to call somebody to kiss them, to, I don't know, like gain some power or something and then give some power. I really don't know, whatever it was. And so he calls her by the siren song, and Tori, I'm pretty sure it was Tori. Let me double check. Yeah, and Tori, so Seth was like, oh no, because he was like, why did you show up? And she's like, I don't know. And then, so she's stuck in this like invisible barricade because she can't leave until she kisses him. And she's thinking it's a trick, but like she literally can't get out, like she's trying. And he's like, look, this really isn't a trick. I sang my siren song and someone's supposed to show up, and it's you. So you can't leave until you kiss me. So they get into this passionate kiss, and because she's so much stronger than him, she turned his powers against him, and she got to see into his thoughts. And she found out that Seth is pretty much like a bastard son. His dad had an affair, and his mother is not his real mother. Like, the dad cheated on the mom with Seth's mom, and nobody knows that because Seth is like the heir, but the stepmom does not like Seth at all because she knows he's not his, but nobody can know that. So literally, I don't think any of the 4 boys know, like no one other than like him, the dad, the mom, and I don't even know if his like siblings know. I don't think they know, or else they would try him for like the inheritance or whatever. So I was like, holy crap. He's like, you can't tell anybody. And Tori's just like, okay, which I thought was a little weird, because why wouldn't you like proposition him? Like, I won't tell anybody if you stop tormenting me. I don't know, she's just so like flippant with it. She was like, yeah, okay, I'm not like you, so I won't tell. Like, what? Wild. I was not expecting that from Seth, but I guess him being such an ass, kind of, that's like his trauma. So, and then I think that his dad's wife killed his mom, like on purpose. She did something, and then his mom got sick and she passed away. So I think that trauma too, and that's probably why he's like so mean all the time, I guess. I really don't know, but that's where we are. And now I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today, but hopefully I get through a good chunk. I'm about like 25% of the way through right now. How many times I'm gonna say it, but this school is unhinged. Professor Orion literally picked up Darcy, threw him over her shoulder, and is like walking to go to her liaison class, and the principal goes, good evening, professor, having a little trouble with the student? And he's like, nothing to worry about, just Miss Vegas skipping liaison, which like she wasn't, he was late. And she's like, well, I'm glad to see you rounded her up. What is with these people? This shit's wild. I cannot. And if you're wondering what's on in the background, it's the Big Brother live feeds, because again, I need something on, but that I don't have to watch, but just like background noise with background TV. Oh yeah, Orion and Darius' family, I forgot that too, are like really, really close, and that's why they're such good friends, because both of those families are like super close. That's how they ended up friends, and then however they ended up with the dad choosing Professor Orion, because he wasn't a professor before. He went to the school because Darius went to the school, and then however he like branded them with their link or whatever, I don't know, but their families are close. Yo, I don't understand why this man brought these girls back to Solaria if like he doesn't like them. I literally don't understand, because he just said to her, he said, I spent most of my life hating the Savage King and anyone associated with him too, including you and your sister when you first came here. You brought them. You didn't have to bring them. And then he said, I will do whatever it takes to ensure Darius and the other heirs sit on the throne of Celeria, and I urge you to never underestimate that vow. Why'd you bring them there then? Why not just go to the mortal realm and kill them for their behalf? Like, I literally don't get it. And, I mean, I have a feeling like him and Darcy are going to get into, like, a forbidden love story element here. So this is all just very weird. So Geraldine, she figured out like that Orion and Darius are linked, and so it's a protection bond is what it is, and it links their souls in order for like somebody to protect like an important person. So like Orion is protecting Darius, like the heir or whatever. And she said it's like super old magic and that there's like no way to undo it. Once that bond is there, only death can release it, and like Darius and Orion are like looking for a way to release it. I guess like back in the day, like they were able to force people into getting into this bond to be somebody's guardian, but they've put practices into place where like they can't do that anymore, and the person has to volunteer to be a guardian, and they have to go through trials and stuff. So she pretty much just said like Orion must care very deeply for Darius to have agreed to such a role. So now everybody knows kind of like they probably have like a long history of like friendship. So that'll get interesting because I think that'll like come out a lot more now. Ooh, there we go. Somebody finally. Tori literally punched Max in the throat. And then he said, and then she said, I think long and hard about trying to pull any more secrets from my lips because some of the ones I'm keeping aren't my own. Let's go. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. So she literally was like, agree to keeping your leech powers to yourself. And he said, fine. And he's like pissed off and he like walked away. But it's like, that's what y'all need to do. Hello, threaten his ass. I would have threatened his ass a long fucking time ago because that's so stupid. You have like this huge information and then you're not gonna like dangle it over his head to like make them treat you better. Like I would have did that the second I found out. These guys are insane. Just because they ask nicely, they think that like after all of this like treating the girls like crap, they're just gonna do whatever they ask. Darius went and asked Tori to a party at his house, his parents' house, to meet the whole Celestial Council, and she's like, no thanks. And he's like, what makes you think you could say no? It's Saturday night, wear something nice, I'll pick you up at 6. And she's like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me, but feel free to rock up here anytime. I won't be here that weekend. If you want me to go, you're gonna have to find me, drag me kicking and screaming, and I'll spend the entire night embarrassing the shit out of you. It's not like I care what mommy and daddy Accrue, I think that's how you say the last name, Accrue think of me anyways. And he's like, this is your last warning. She's like, warn away, asshole. At least they're growing a little bit of a backbone. Okay, so it's a little bit later. I'm on chapter, what am I on? 14, page 244. And nothing really up until this point, just like they've had detention. Darcy grew her hair back and they're all kind of like, how'd you do it? Who helped you? And she's like, I did it myself. And like a bunch of searches like through their dorms to see if they could find anybody who like quote unquote may have started the fire in Darius's room, but that's pretty much it. Nothing really crazy so far, but Tori and Darius have now started their fire lessons. They've started their fire lessons. I think this is gonna get interesting. Maybe not exactly this lesson, but like in general, like as they continue, I think they'll get interesting. What, Draco's sad he's not getting attention, so he's huffing and puffing about. This doll. Thank you. I love you. But can you just lay down for me? I know you just want attention, but I can't give it to you right now. Sorry. I like Caleb, but I don't think he's for Tori. I feel like I have no idea who these people even like end up with, and I couldn't even begin to imagine, but I feel like it would be Darius and Tori would be like a good couple. So we're now in class with Professor Zenith, I think. And like she's talking about I think you said Elysian, your Elsian mate. And so she didn't say that you know it at that exact moment, but like Tori and Darius? Is that a thing? Or Darcy and Professor Orion? Is that a thing? Are they all mates? Well, like their mate and their mate? Or is like new, completely different people coming into the picture? Like I have no idea. Like I've never read anything by them, so I don't know how they work. Whereas if like it was like Sarah J. Maas, I know how she works, so I can kind of predict better. Where here is like I don't know anything. So I'm wondering who their mates are gonna be. Oh my god. So Darcy almost got attacked, which she thinks was a nymph. I don't really know. We don't really know if it was. They couldn't find it. But so Professor Orion has been following her around, which he admitted, and he threw her over his shoulder again, ran with her, took her back to her tower, and he's like, you know what? I'm your teacher. And she's like, I know. And he's like, do you? And he's like, then stop looking at me like that. And she goes, then stop looking back, Lance. Oh my god. It's so fucking funny. See, these girls, I like this wit. This is fun. This wittiness is fun for me. But my mom's about to be home, and I think we're going to go get dinner. So I'm going to stop there before anything exciting happens. But I'm literally a little over halfway through, like a tiny bit, so like maybe 55%. Yeah, so far I like this one. Not as creepy vibes as like the first one, like because there were some really harsh moments in that one, but like just like bullying really bad and whatnot. But there's not as like many in here, which is like nice. You see people get along more, and we're like starting to form like more friendships and character dimensions and stuff like that, so that's fun. I don't know if I like this book more than the first one or not yet. I don't know. So I'm like dying at the fact that these girls who are like fae girls with magic are like just doing the most human like pranks on these guys. It is so funny. I'm sure they could just like open a door by force, but they keep using like a hairpin to unlock it, and like they put a blow up Pegasus doll in Caleb's room. And I mean, in Darius's room, like, they did steal the gold. Well, they did, like, burn out his whole room. That wasn't the prank, but, like, the prank is, like, putting the gold on his bed and, like, tormenting him a little bit, whereas, like, they could be using, like, magic and stuff, but they're still doing, like, their human things that are, like, more natural to them. And I thought the whole unicorn in Caleb's room was absolutely hilarious. And so now I'm at the part where, like, Seth, he knows Darcy, like, he made her a part of his pack somehow. So he's, in a way, being nice to her, but also is like, I have to sleep with you, which I just don't, like, what? I'm kind of confused on that part. Like, I guess because he's, like, the alpha, so it's either, like, she's to sleep with him or, like, fight him. But she just kind of just, like, ran away. She was like, yeah, no thanks, bye. I'm not part of your pack. Don't want to be, never asked to be, and I'm not a wolf, so I don't know. It's super weird, but now we're about to get a chapter from Seth's point of view, and I'm excited about that because that might be the first one of this book that we have from him, I think. Like, we've been getting a lot of Darius, or like more of Darius and Caleb, but I don't think we've gotten a Seth point of view in here yet. And if we have, I just don't remember what it is, but yeah, so I'm kind of wondering what the hell's going on inside this man's brain now, because he's kind of like the creepiest out of all of them to me. Tori literally just, because, like, they called them, they're at the party, like, meeting Darius's mom and dad, and his dad was like, oh no, the Lost Vega twins can't go by names other than those given to them by the king, which is, like, Gwendolina and Roxania. And Tori's like, well, I hear the king was a bit of a whack job, so perhaps it's better not to live by the way he did things. But if you like the idea of addressing us by those names, why don't I just call you Barry? And we'll see how you like it. She's, like, asking for it. It is so funny. Literally after Darius, like, begged her to, like, just, you know, be nice, be proper, say thank you. She comes out swinging with that. I love it. Oh my god, I feel horrible. Darius is about to get his ass beat by his dad because Tori couldn't keep her mouth shut. Like, I get it, they tormented you, like, I shouldn't feel bad, whatever, but, like, the man's dad's an asshole, and if his dad wasn't an asshole, I'm sure he wouldn't be. I feel bad because he, like, saved her, you know what I mean? My hair's looking wild. I don't know, I'm like, what is that, 75-80% the way through? And they're, like, at the party, and we got another interaction with Xavier, Darius's brother, who I just adore. I adore that kid. I want more of him. He just seems so nice, so genuine. Tori met him for, like, a brief moment, and then Darius, it's, like, funny because we meet his bride-to-be, which is, like, his cousin, and he's, like, running away from her the whole time, which is just funny, but she is savage. Holy crap, is she savage. I get it, like, she's not supposed to be pretty, but the freaking tongue lashing that comes out of her mouth is so funny. She probably had to learn how to, like, grow thick skin, but yeah, so Darius, like, took Tori to get food and then, like, show him his motorcycles because he knows she likes motorcycles, which also makes me think that I want them to be together. They have similar interests. And then his dad came out and was like, I thought I told you to stay at the party, and Tori, like, went off on his dad when he had warned her multiple times not to. And he literally was telling Darius to leave, like, get out of here. I think, like, he was gonna hurt her, or who knows, kill her maybe. And Darius was just like not begging him, but reminding him that, like, she's nothing, she's not worth it, blah 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 blah, don't do this. And his dad was like, you're right, she's not worth it. I don't know, he said something like, you're gonna get the line of fire then. So I just know he's taking his son to get a beating, and it's all Tori's fault. And he was trying to be nice and help her, and called the night of truce, and he saved her. My little heart. But I just know if I start to like them a lot, that it's just only gonna hurt me in the long run. I already know it. I could feel it. I know they all can't stay nice forever, and that their parents don't want them to. I don't know. I just feel like my heart's gonna break in a couple books because of something if I start to like one of them too much. So who knows? But again, what's their order? Somebody please, I need to know. It's so annoying. I don't know what they're recharging their energy from. Like, they keep saying like, oh, think about it or look out for it, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. And I keep wanting it to be the little gold coins that Tori stole from Darius so that she's a dragon. But, like, I don't know. And I've given up hope that one of them's a vampire because neither of them like blood. Wouldn't that have been like a thing? Darcy and O'Brien are having the cutest little moment. They're still at the party, and he like dragged her into the water, but he did an air bubble so they could stay under the water. And he's like, there are 1,000 reasons why we can't be together. I'm bound by so many rules. I could waste the rest of your evening telling you them. And she said, skip them, sir. Oh my god. And he goes, I think the time for sirs and professors is over, don't you? Oh my god. We're gonna kiss, for sure. For sure. Come on. Oh. Come on. Do it. Oh my god, stop. I like them. They're so cute. I want them to be together. I mean, at least at this point, who knows? I don't know. Are they those mate things? Is that what happens here? She's breaking my heart. She's breaking my heart. She just told him not to call her Blue anymore. I don't like that. Ooh, we had a chapter from Orion now. That's interesting. Okay, so I've made it to the pitball. Is that what you call it? I made it to the pitball chapters, and I knew eventually like Tori and Kid would hook up. Like, I knew that would be a thing, and I actually think he does like her, and I feel kind of bad because I feel like that's just gonna blow up, you know. And I think Darius really likes Tori because we got like a chapter from him during the pitball game, and he was like, Caleb went to go like top up like with the blood or whatever from Tori, and his hand was on her leg, and Darius was like pissed. He's saying he was pissed because he found out who, not really, he was tricked. He found out who broke into his room, and he's saying that's like spilling over into everything. But I think he really likes Tori, and like maybe they're mates. Their little like games of like messing with them is just, again, so funny. And I love that it's so like basically human, because that's who they are. And like the guys would never suspect like they would even try to get them back, which is wild because it just screams human. So why would you not think it was them? Obviously, except for the fire, that's different. But put like Pegasus dust like on Caleb's pants so everybody will make fun of him. They gave Seth fleas. They rubbed like something gross like all over, I think, was it Max or Seth's uniforms, like one or the other. It's just like funny that they're just like irritating them in such like mundane ways, I guess. And this pitball game is actually kind of cool. I really wish this was like made into a movie so I could watch this. So far, I really do like this one. It's definitely not as dark as the first one. The first one was so bully, intense, heavy, and this one's like not really. Like, it's the girls like getting their little revenge on the guys, and the guys are actually like being kind of nice to them. So it is definitely a different vibe, which I still like. And I'm literally 90% of the way through, and we still haven't found out what their order is. Like, other than this book being like fun and funny, we don't like find out much in it. We found out like a few things, but nothing much, unless it all is coming in these last few pages. But we just get to see more like character development and like why, like we get to meet like the parents and stuff, and so like kind of like get to see into the heads of like the 4 boys and Orion. So we just get to like learn a little bit more about them, which is nice. So that maybe will help going forward with the story. Okay, I know I look a little crazy, but we're home, and I've just been like running around all day and taking a bunch of phone calls for work. My mind is like shot. So I'm finally settled down, and I think I'm gonna finish this right now. What? Oh, great. Now we're in a fight. Okay, cool. Everything was kind of going fine. And Darcy and Tori just were like joking around like, yeah, maybe we should take our crowns back. Like, I think a crown would suit me. And the heirs are losing their shit. Okay, cool. Oh, great. Now we're in a full-blown magic off. Okay, cool. Here we go. How in the world did 30 or 40 nymphs get in the school? Someone's obviously letting them in, and it is probably Darius's father. If I had to guess. Him and, is it Orion's mom? Oh my god. Are they about to find their order? Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. these people to tell me what they are already. We're in like a giant fight of nymphs at the end of the book. This is the perfect time to tell me what you are for it to show. Come on, let's go. Also, like, where are the parents in this scenario? Like, a bunch of them were at the game. It's like, where'd they go? Unless I just missed that part. Maybe I read over it and they had already left because the boys lost, but I'm confused why just the kids are fighting all these nymphs. But that leads me to more suspicion that it's Darius's father who let them all in. What are these red and blue flames that they're spewing? Oh my god. She better save him. Is Darius about to die? Does this break him and Orion's thing? Like, he dies and they bring him back and like their bond is broken? Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? That's it? No. Tell me something, please. Okay. So, I just finished Zodiac Academy Book 2. It's upside down. I definitely enjoyed this. If like the first book was too much for you with like the bullying aspect, this is way better. There's way less bullying. It's not as intense, and it's more like, I feel like the girls are very like fun and carefree, and like they're just having, I don't want to like, yeah, they're like kind of enjoying themselves. Like they're picking on the boys like in a very human way, which I like. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the point of this book was, other than it being like fun, and it was a fun read, and like, yeah, we learned a little bit more about the characters. I feel like we didn't learn a lot. Like there was like a giant fight scene at the end with the nymphs because somebody let them in, which I'm thinking is Darius's father. Who knows? And I'm also still a little weirded out by Diego. So I feel like something weird there, but I literally could be wrong. Other than it just being like a fun, cute read, like I don't know if we learned much more, except other than like the girls can now, they have like this fire that's like red and blue. It's not just like a regular fire, and like nobody knows what it is so far, or like just hasn't told them, because it literally happened in the last like 30 pages of the book. But yeah, it was a good read. I just think I like the first book more, which I feel like is a wild decision to make, because like it is like definitely off-putting a little bit, I feel like. But again, I really like dark romance books, so it wasn't, to me it was fine, and like I like that super enemies to lovers and like banter type stuff. And I just feel like my emotions during that book were like, I couldn't tell like what was gonna happen, whereas like this, everything was just kind of like nice and easygoing and whatever. But again, still really good and like a fun read. So if you did not like that first book, this is way better, and I think you will actually really like this. It literally feels like the girls are just at like magic school. Yeah, there's some people who don't like them, but it's like super harmless and just like fun little tit for tat games that the girls are playing. That ends this reading vlog, and then now I'm going to jump into book 3, literally probably right now. and hopefully we will get some answers. I really just want to know what the order the girls are in. Like, I want to know so bad. And that's like what's this whole book. I thought we were gonna find out. We didn't find out. So if we don't find out in this book, I'm gonna be livid, because she's thick. Like, this book is so thick. I mean, this one is too, I don't know. She's thicker, so I really hope we find out somewhere in here, like, what they are.